Hello everybody, I hope that you're having an amazing day. So today we're going to be talking about the energy of January 23rd through to January 29th. And I did a little painting here as well, so it'll be interesting to see kind of what you see, if you see anything there. One of the things that comes up for me when I do this painting is I'll often just get messages as I'm doing the painting, but I also like to pay attention to the color. And by the way, thanks so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thanks for following me underneath Horseman Readings through Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. All right, so right away, what I'm seeing here is the sky is the limit, all right? Blue to me represents the sky, but we also have some water in there. So we do have a new moon coming up on the 21st, so we'll be just coming out of that new moon, which means in order to invite the new in, we have to also be willing to let go of aspects of ourselves that's no longer serving us. So the element of Aquarius, or I shouldn't say the element, I guess the astrological sign Aquarius, connected with the element of air, which is how Aquarius's function, is very much about our ways of thinking, okay? So there's this week, what you're going to be finding is where it's saying the sky is the limit, is really just like you can basically do anything that you want to once you recognize that. So this week is going to be a big week for recognizing what you're capable of doing and also any limiting beliefs that you might have around your own healing journey. So where are you holding yourself back? For instance, I just finished a yoga practice for my VIPs. I often will do that on the 21st of the month. Today I'm doing this on the 19th. And I know that there's someone specifically who is intimidated or feels like they're not ready for yoga. And literally saying that like you're not ready for that is like saying that you're not ready to connect to yourself. And so that might be the case. However, what are your fears around that? What are your fears around actually going deeper? And so that's what this new moon that we had, which you can also check out that video. That's what that's all about. It's about like, okay, let's go deeper. But again, why are you holding yourself back from going deeper, okay? The card that I also pulled out for this week is the Strength card, okay? Angel of Courage often represents discipline. So what you're going to be finding this week, as you might see some of the energy looks like a bit muddy, that mud represents not being afraid to get your hands dirty, to get your feet wet, to be a bit more brave. I also see someone who might be, we'll say, doing like a polar dip or something like that. That's an example of someone who's really taking a leap of faith. And they're testing themselves. Again, they're learning how to overcome obstacles because they're stepping out of their comfort zone. So that's just an example. The other thing too is when I think about getting dirty, it's kind of one of those things where we often have perfectionism issues because being here on earth, there are a lot of pressures. And so if you do have any perfectionist tendencies, this is a perfect week to really allow yourself to, again, emotionally deep dive. What do I have going on? So it's a great week for research. And it's a great week for not just stepping outside of your comfort zone, but starting a new adventure of some sort. So in here, oh, I'm starting to drip a little bit. In here, I kind of see like someone using their imagination a bit more. Okay, so when I think about someone using their imagination, this might be doing more, we'll say like artwork, getting more creative, exploring their unconscious self. This might be dream work. We also have a dream workshop in my beginner level through my membership. I would recommend really start learning what some of your dreams are representing. Because often we'll wake up and then we forget it and that sort of thing. So starting a dream journal might be excellent this week specifically, or at least just look up a couple little signs and symbols that you're noticing are showing up everywhere you go. So it might be, oh, I always see like a crow everywhere I go. Well, what does a crow represent? A crow might represent like spirituality, generosity and kindness, things like that. So that could just be a message for you, okay? The other thing that came up here is I was feeling connected to Tiger's Eye, which also represents courage and overcoming fear. So I can't help but feel like that's very significant. Here we have a little bit of yellow and a little bit of green in the painting. And so yellow represents someone who is working on their solar plexus, which is all about their happiness and joy. And it feels like if you're going through anything significant this week, this is a great time to just overcome those obstacles. We're going through a breakthrough. I keep seeing this with a lot of different people. We also have a little bit of white and gray. So white often represents someone who is working on cleansing. So again, if you're going through any type of detox, that comes up. That's been coming up a fair amount. I know I've been going through massive detox, so I have lots of like little weird things going on with my body, and so sometimes that can mimic like sickness and stuff like that. However, it's often just energies moving through our bodies. So don't forget that sometimes there are signs of ascension as well, where we might be feeling like there's something actually wrong when we could actually be going through an upgrade or an up level, mentally, emotionally, that sort of thing. So we don't want to automatically go to the negative this week, but I have a feeling people are naturally going to want to go straight to like conclusions or wanting to analyze. And actually this week is perfect for someone, as I was saying, to actually go out of the box thinking, be more creative, be more innovative, and that you're going to get more out of your week, okay? So then we also have, so drinking lots of water is going to be really, really important for you guys. I wrote down, you will get off the horse, okay? To me, that, because again, all my messages that I receive are often just symbolic. You will get off the horse, to me, represents someone who is, like doing things a certain way that they think is like quote unquote right, but when they get off of that path, it's actually going to show them where they're meant to be. Okay, so it's getting out of rigid ways of thinking. That kind of sums up a bit of what our painting was discussing. Also, I wrote down, you will join an association or a group. And so to me, that represents becoming a part of society instead of isolating. So that might look like joining a search and rescue or something like that. Or maybe you're becoming passionate about animals, so you want to donate 20 cents a day or something towards like a shelter of some sort to help support even like homelessness or whatever it is, or donating food, something like that. So it is really important to be a part of that society. How are you contributing to your partnership as well? Do you feel like you're the one that does all the cooking, or are you the one that does all like the mailing or something? Maybe you mail things out all the time. There could be these little tasks that you've taken on that you're dismissing, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we're being taken for granted as much as it is sometimes we take on roles that we don't realize that we're doing. And this week feels like a great week for just recognizing how you contribute to society, how you contribute to the world, etc. Okay? You will feel left out. That was another message that came through. So to me, that represents someone who might feel like the odd man out, someone who isn't necessarily seeing themselves in the best light. And the reason for that is because it feels like where we are breaking cycles and we're breaking habits, our breakthroughs, things like that, we're going through massive change. As I was saying, like we're up leveling. And so if you're not seeing these things that we're doing as progress, then you might be like lowering your own vibration. So it's very, very important that you're acknowledging your progress throughout your week. So that might look like kicking your feet up around 7 p.m. and not doing anything for the rest of the night, and like maybe going hard from like 2 until 5 or something, and taking those 3 hours to just dedicate to like working really hard. And again, everybody has a different lifestyle, but that's what I'm feeling like is coming up. You know, use your energy as much as you can, maximize it, and then just take a load off. I think then you're gonna see, okay, like I've done a lot. It's safe for me to move forward, okay? Last message, you will get naked. Spirit kind of gives me humor when I feel like I need it or other people need it as well. So getting naked to me is stripping ourselves like clean, in the sense that we're letting go of a lot of fears this week. So what you're going to feel is uncomfortable. When you're naked, does anybody really feel fully 1000% comfortable? we're probably not. And so this is seeing yourself, stripping yourself of all the flaws and starting to see yourself in that purest light. And I think that's really important to acknowledge. When you were born, you were such a blessing, and everybody just thought you were the cat's meow, right? You were like full of unconditional love. You came into the world loved, and whether you feel that way or not, you were created out of love, and you come into the world with love. And I think that's what you're kind of coming back to this week, is starting to recognize that within yourself, and again, a little bit more of like mindfulness towards dedicating yourself towards like specific dreams, goals, and even themes for this week. Alright guys, I love doing this video. This was really different once again. If you want to comment that you enjoyed this, I'd love to hear that. Do you enjoy seeing my paintings? Do you like card readings? Let me know. If you want to join my membership group, it's robinshealing.com. Check out memberships. I also have a blog. I have an herbal shop. And of course, you can book in a reading with me. Bye for now. Take care, and I love you all.